Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So to kick things off, we have shared by Ganesh Hirameth. And Hirameth, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. But anyways, this is a document dated back to the Earthport Partnership. And I know this is a few years ago, but it's still relevant and it ties into some things that I want to talk about today. So right here, wait for the big bang of the millennium. And this is the quote, and again, sources all below. Since each banker partner will need to only connect into Earthport's hub to use Ripple, all right? Now, key thing, they are going through gateways, they're going through connectors. Obviously, instead of signing on to one bank at a time, it only makes sense to have gateways that have thousands of participants. It's an extremely easy rollout from a software perspective. Right here, Earthport clients include 2 of the top 4 global banks and 4 of the top United States banks. Bank of America, HSBC, which would not surprise me to see rolling out some form of on-demand liquidity very, very soon, Western Union, and Zoom. So right here, here's some quotes. What Ripple Labs brings to the table at Earthport can't do is handle its own, do on its own is handle real-time transactions. Cryptocurrency rails are real-time or near real-time. Earthport serves banks, money transfer businesses, e-commerce companies, and payment aggregators. Its clients include these, and again, the same quote. All right, and then look, with Ripple Labs, Earthport clients will now be able to send money in real time to bank accounts. There's less chance of failure in the middle, which happens all the time in correspondent banking, says Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is when you are using DLT, it is reducing all of the intermediaries, it's reducing all of those little points and connections, the nexus, I guess you could say, and it's reducing the systemic risk because there's not as many points that you have to go through. There's way less points of failure because nothing is centralized, it's all distributed. Right here, the partnership with Earthport will likely accelerate the Ripple protocol towards critical mass, since each bank or partner will need to only connect in Earthport's hub. I know I've already said that, but yes, I just want to emphasize that, guys. And then just basically take Earthport, and now let's consider other groups like Temenos and Finastra. Next, just basic news right here. El Crypto King just sharing this. The University of Tokyo becomes the second Japanese university to run an XRP ledger validator. So again, more and more of this. I know David Schwartz recently was talking about, 30 plus validators and basically wanting Ripple to own less and less and have this network from a top-bottom approach become more and more decentralized as time goes on, whereas Bitcoin, you could say, started off as decentralized and now is basically doing the exact opposite of that. Next, King Solomon. So December 3rd, 2019, just to show the date, we have the sources down here if you want to double check this right here. So right here, and talking about HSBC, as I've just mentioned, talking about overcoming the Nostro Vostro, Nostro Vostro, Tomato Tomato, pre-funding requirements for distributed ledger technology supported instant settlements. Also, market infrastructure, custodians, clients becoming nodes in a distributed ledger tech. HSBC, yes, they are a RippleNet partner, and as we can see right here, let's let this load. Right here, leveraging DLT could improve existing settlement processes too, in theory supporting the rollout of instantaneous, or T+0, settlement cycles, thereby removing the need to have intermediaries involved in the entire transaction lifecycle. Exactly, the modern-day correspondent banking architecture, the legacy network. It's outdated, it's archaic, we get it. Now, even though DLT-supported settlements could hypothetically eliminate counterparty risk, it will require transactions to be pre-funded, meaning there would be heightened foreign exchange risk, FX risk, and less netting benefits. These challenges will have to be overcome if DLT solutions are to be rolled out more widely and successfully. Next, changes in market infrastructure drive new business models. Now we talk about market infrastructures, in particular, are likely to undergo a massive business model transformation. As a result of rapidly changing technologies, market infrastructures are widely expected to engineer systems whereby custodians, or even clients become nodes in a DLT, allowing end customers to become direct market participants. And then lastly, again, just right here, network management in 2025, the major developments that will transform network management. So just wanted to point that out. So thanks for sharing that, King Solomon. Next, Mark Phillips did this little poll, pretty interesting. So again, we already know that Ripple, every month with their smart contract releases 1 billion XRP from escrow. What they don't sell goes right back into escrow, and it goes on. It started off 55 months, and again, it'll just continue each month every single time after that. and basically just saying, well, why do you think that all billion was not sold this month? Why do you think it was placed back in escrow? Again, it is kind of eerie that there's roughly 50 billion exact. So it's almost 50-50 down the middle with the circulating supply and the total supply, or at least the, escrow amount, I should say, because the total supply is 100 billion, a little less, thanks to the burn and coins being lost as well. But just something to consider, guys. Was there really a plan? Has this been planned all along? It is really being timed with a lot of global events, so it does make you question it, and anything's possible. Now, another thing is, some banks consider anything under $10,000 to be a micro payment. Now, what do I say on this channel all the time? Price will increase when higher value is transferred. I'm not talking about mini batch payments. If it is mini batch payments, they need to have very, very high frequency, high volume. But when they're bigger payments, such as I'm talking, and these are big payments, $10 million, $50 million transactions, which do occur if you realize the Swift network is over 5 trillion per day. It happens. It's not as rare as you think. That is when the price will have no choice but to move. These are like huge amounts of money moving around the globe on a daily basis. And it's well outside of just the mere Swift network as well. We know the foreign exchange market. We know, even the DTCC hypothetically, and a lot of those are maybe best case scenarios, so don't believe it's going to be guaranteed, but you have to consider these large amounts of money that move. Now, this gentleman right here, Stan TM, has a great point. The answer is obvious. People are overthinking this. Ripple are holders of XRP. As a holder, why would they want to sell at 2-year lows? Banks and institutions do not have to buy XRP from Ripple. And again, sometimes they prefer to, or they can do other means through over-the-counter, so they still maintain their privacy. Obviously, Ripple does not necessarily want to do that and foster an ecosystem at that same time. And keep in mind, they have a vested interest to see the price go up. But sometimes with this whole cryptocurrency market, there are bigger players, there are whales, there's manipulation, there's things that not even a Ripple can do to control the powers that be. Let's just keep that in mind. And then lastly, Great Gatsby. I've been loving his tweets lately. So right here, the escrow went back into the escrow because nobody wants the XRP anymore. And that's, just common FUD that he's being sarcastic about and making fun of. He says, you're right, folks. The other 50 billion that went out was just for shits and gigs so they could dump on all the 0.1% of the population who own XRP at 30 to 20 cents. I fear for the future intelligence of people. And I thought that was really funny because literally every single video or whenever there is escrow going out, guys, when the escrow went out of the 1 billion just on the smart contract, which happens on a monthly basis, I have all these Bitcoiners that say, FUD, Ripple's dumping, price is tanking, watch out, watch out. This wasn't even dumped. This wasn't even tanked. It literally was just a transaction into a wallet moving. That has no impact on the price whatsoever. Yet, you have all of these speculators that have not done years of research. They go on crypto Twitter, and they become experts overnight. So just keep that in mind, guys. Do your own research. Even question some of the things I do, and fact check me, and prove me wrong. I'd be happy to learn. But again, I fact check myself, and I double check a lot of things as well. But nobody's perfect, and at the end of the day, it's up to you to make the right decision for yourself, just as I am doing the same. So guys, hope you enjoyed that. And just another thing. So I talked about, this 50% conspiracy. Obviously, it's kind of odd. We talked about micropayments and imagining when we're really sending $10 million or $50 million transfers, which is massive. That will literally, I know on-demand liquidity, it's frustrating. We see the volume increasing, but the price isn't moving. But when the price moves, we're actually able to send larger batch payments as well. Keep that in mind. And guys, somebody said this, and I agree too, is I'm not selling any XRP. I'm buying more. That's just my preference. That's my risk tolerance. Most people cannot see past the price and the accomplishments that Ripple and the whole XRP ecosystem, for that matter, any group that I name on a daily basis, has already done. Like the things that they've already done, the progress made, they're going to be doing the same day in and day out. It's already truly mind-blowing looking past the price. Now, all this FUD is exactly that. It's FUD. Investing in XRP, in my personal opinion and many others, is an opportunity of a lifetime. It's simply a matter of time. The price can be suppressed, whether it's market cycles or whales, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. I am here to wait, and historically, when these bull runs kick off, they're powerful and they are shorter than the bear runs. So I've just been preparing, accumulating, dollar cost averaging, getting that dollar cost average low if you can. If you're, not at quite break even yet, that's completely fine because anything under $1 is a no-brainer. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video.